Thanks everyone for joining. We're going to play one more song as folks log on, and then we'll be kicking off. Grab your waters, coffees, snacks, and settle in.
I took an arrow to the heart. I never kissed a mouth that tastes like yours. Strawberries and something more. Ooh yeah, I want it all. Lipstick on my guitar. Fill up the engine, we can drive real far. Go dancing underneath the stars. Ooh yeah, I want it all. Got me feeling like I wanna be that guy. I wanna kiss your eyes. I wanna drink that smile. I wanna feel like my soul's on fire. I wanna stay up all day and all night. Yeah, you got me singing like, ooh, I love it when you do it like that. And when you're close up, give me the shivers. Oh baby, you wanna dance till the sunlight cracks. And when they say the party's over, then we'll bring it right back. And we'll say, ooh, I love it when you do it like that. And when you're close up, give me the shivers. Till the sunlight cracks. When they say the party's over, then we'll bring it right back into the car. On the backseat in the moonlit dark. Wrap me up between your legs and arms. Ooh, I can get enough. You know you could tear me apart. Put me back together and take my heart. I never thought that I could love this hard. Ooh, I can get enough. You got me feeling like I wanna be that guy. I wanna kiss your eyes. I wanna drink that smile. I wanna feel like my soul's on fire. I wanna stay up all day and all night. Yeah, you got me singing like, ooh, I love it when you do it like that. And when you're close up, give me the shivers. Oh baby, you wanna dance till the sunlight cracks. And when they say the party's over, then we'll bring it right back. And we'll say, ooh, I love it when you do it like that. And when you're close up, give me the shivers. Oh baby, you wanna dance till the sunlight cracks. And when they say the party's over, then we'll bring it right back. Oh baby, you burn so hot, you make me shiver with fire. You got
Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. So excited to be here with you. My name is Paulina Cameron. My pronouns are she, her, and I am the CEO of the forum. I want to thank you all for joining us for our 6th annual Forum Pitch Semi-Finals. We are so thrilled to have such an incredible community from all across Canada with us, supporting and celebrating the amazing women entrepreneurs who are sharing their visions today. At my last check, we had 924 registered. And while we know that not all can join live, that gives us all a feeling of how much energy and support there is for this community and for our entrepreneurs. I would like to begin our time together by acknowledging the land that we are gathered on. I myself am dialing in from Vancouver, BC, which is the traditional and stolen lands of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh nations. And as we dial in from all across the land now called Canada, I invite all of you to consider and to take a moment to recognize and give gratitude to the elders and peoples on which land and whose land you are on today. As a first-generation white settler myself, I feel an immense gratitude and privilege to live and work here. We would love to hear where everyone is tuning in from today. So let's pop into the chat and see where folks are from. I'm seeing them pop in. Montreal, Treaty 7, proud Canadian from Puerto Vallarta, love it. International, we've gone international. Nelson, BC, Ottawa, Ontario, North Vancouver, Corvallis, Oregon, amazing. Coldstream, BC, Annapolis Valley, Nova Scotia, Edmonton, Toronto, a Canadian in Seattle, Halifax, Vancouver, Treaty 1, Winnipeg, Rossland, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Salt Spring Island, Wolfville, Nova Scotia, From Nunavut, we have someone from Nunavut. Amazing. Hello, Trish. Northern Nova Scotia, North Vancouver, Ontario, Squamish, Calgary, Victoria, Prince George. Oh, incredible, incredible. Love seeing where everyone is dialing in from. Amazing. Thanks, everyone. So a few Zoom housekeeping notes. We will be recording today's event. For those who would like to or require it, closed captioning is available. You should be able to enable it via your preferences or just at the bottom bar below. And we also encourage you to participate and engage in the chat. The semi-finalists can see it. They can see all of you and feel the energy of cheering them on. And for the best viewing practice, we recommend you switch to gallery view so that you can see everyone. And if you have any tech troubles, feel free to pop them in right into the chat. Our entire team is behind the scenes here, supporting and ready to step in and help you. For those of you who are new to us, welcome to the Forum community. The Forum is a registered Canadian charity that has been supporting thousands of Canadian women entrepreneurs for 20 years. I guess I should do this, 20 years. It's our 20th year anniversary this year with programs focused on education, mentorship, and community. Since the pandemic began, over 5,500 women entrepreneurs have accessed our program. So today you're joining a community, as we've seen truly across the country, of women entrepreneurs who are both committed and excited to grow their businesses, as well as the champions that are activating the support to see them succeed. From our free resources like our podcast, our weekly community gatherings, our online community, to our flagship hands-on programs, e-series and mentorship, we are continuously innovating to deliver greatly impactful, measurable, relevant, and accessible programming. I'd love to take a second here to ask whether we have any Forum alumna on the line with us today. If you're a past participant of one of our programs, pop your name and business name and which program you took into the chat. I know this community would really love to support you and see and hear more about your businesses. And of course, we also run the program that we are all gathered here today to support and be inspired by, the Forum Pitch. And the Forum Pitch is so much more than a pitch competition. You'll really see us moving away from using that kind of language because our true aim goes beyond the pitch and sets a higher bar for what it means to invest in women entrepreneurs, to help women entrepreneurs navigate funding with confidence, providing them with clarity, exposure, mentorship, funding, and of course, community. This year, in a year, again, like none other, we were so inspired by the number of women who participated and are so proud of the 363 women who applied for the pitch program this year. I want to give a shout out to our alumna panel who helped identify our 30 quarterfinalists and to our community panel who narrowed the field to our 12 semi-finalists. Today with the community panel, we will select the 3 finalists who will share their business visions at the finale on April 28th. I know many of you have already penciled that into your calendars. If you haven't yet, take a second to do that. And I'm going to give you a little sneak peek of something to come. Make sure you stay tuned in later as we're in the deliberation room because my colleague Lisa is going to be sharing a very exciting update about the finale. I'll leave you with that little cliffhanger for now. I'd like to take a moment now to recognize and thank our program sponsor. We are so grateful for Wheaton Precious Metals' ongoing support for the Forum Pitch, who is returning as our pitch capital sponsor. Wheaton Precious Metals is an important champion of women in our community. Thank you so much to the Wheaton Precious Metals team. With that, let's meet and introduce our 12 semi-finalists who will be presenting their visions today in 3-minute pitches, followed by a 3-minute Q&A moderated by 3 of our community panelists. We're all about the 3s today. Each of these incredible entrepreneurs is not only intentionally growing their business, but also making the world and our communities better. As we recognize our semi-finalists, we also need to acknowledge the amazing mentors who supported our semi-finalists in their journey to get to today. Thank you all so much. The power and impact of mentorship is very real. We would also like to introduce and thank the inspiring and entrepreneurial community panel itself, who worked with us on the very hard job of selecting the 12 semi-finalists. And today we'll have an even harder job of selecting the 3 finalists by the end of our couple hours together. And asking our entrepreneurs questions live today will be Charmaine Crooks, Genevieve Pinto, and Jennifer Francis. We are grateful for each of you. Okay, we are about to begin. And just before we do that, and to give our semi-finalists the last moment of opportunity for a big breath, I want everyone to really tune into this part, because what I'm going to share next is really a core tenet of the work that we do at the forum and an ask that we have for each of you today. So at the forum, we practice community as a verb. What that means to us is bringing together the supportive community, that's all of us here on the line today, and activating each of you as champions of our entrepreneurs. As you watch the vision pitches today, I want to ask you to please consider, how will you support them? Can you share their business on socials? Can you buy from them? Can you think about whether you can directly support them, perhaps as a partner, procurer, collaborator, investor? If you would like to be connected to them specifically, please email me personally. My email is going into the chat, and we would love to make a connection for you. It's one of our team's love languages. While the pitch culminates with one entrepreneur receiving $25,000, the magic really is in the power of community. So please join us in practicing community as a verb together. All right, we are about to begin. I will remind you of our format. 3-minute vision pitch, 3-minute live Q&A, repeated 12 times. Then we will sit tight together with some great, exciting announcements for about 10 to 15 minutes while the community panel deliberates, and then I will come back to announce the 3 finalists. All right, semi-finalists, this is the moment. We're about to begin. And up first, I am very excited to welcome Yasmin Emery and Whitney Geller from GEMS.
Hello, I'm Whitney.
And I'm Yasmin.
And we are the founders of GEMS. The world has changed. The $10 billion condom industry has not. It perpetuates toxic masculinity and often contains harmful and unlisted ingredients. Gen Z are conscious consumers. 1 in 6 identify as LGBTQ+, and the industry is simply not speaking to them. At the same time, STIs are at an all-time high, increasing for the 6th consecutive year in a row. We believe sex ed is letting people down, and too often young people are turning to porn as a source for learning.
Enter GEMS, a condom that focuses on clarity and simplicity using only what's essential. Natural latex, 100% silicone lube, nothing more. GEMS is a female-led company founded in 2021. Together, we have over 30 years experience in design, working with prominent brands such as Martha Stewart, MTV, and Oprah. 10 years ago, we founded the design studio Whitman Emerson. Our team of 12 has helped launch many successful startups, including Be Yoga, Nixwear, and Ensemble. In between pregnancies, we struggled to find a condom that aligned with our sensibilities. We knew we couldn't be the only ones who felt unrepresented in this space. GEMS was born out of a desire to take on this challenge.
The global condom market is on the rise and set to reach $17.5 billion by 2028. We are seeing a surge in the sexual wellness market, which mainstream media is clearly embracing. In response to the historically masculine condom industry, a few female-focused products have emerged. However, this offering has left a gap for an inclusive, gender-neutral, and health-conscious product that speaks to Gen Z, and we're here to fill it. We've launched with 3 SKUs, and our margins are 85%.
We are not just a DTC brand. Since launching in April of 2021, retailers across North America have embraced our vision. Some of our larger retail partners include Whole Foods, Urban Outfitters, and CVS. We're also in the process of launching at Target, Walmart, and Amazon. GEMS are made by the world's most trusted condom manufacturer with the ability to scale as needed. We have trademarks and medical licensing in Canada and the US with intentions to expand globally.
We believe in normalizing sex, and we are taking a unique approach with our distribution channels. We want condoms to be front and center wherever Gen Z are: coffee shops, boutiques, bars, college campuses, hotels, and vending machines. GEMS is committed to building a sex education platform that tackles outdated notions and includes a broad spectrum of people and experiences. Our marketing strategy also involves nurturing our community through targeted micro-influencers, event sponsorship, and product donations.
We have big ambitions for GEMS. Increasing our sales will result in safer sex practices, especially for those who have been underrepresented. We see GEMS growing by 720% to achieve an estimated 7 million EBITDA by 2025.
Our dream is for Gen Z to carry condoms with pride. By embracing a multiplicity of gender and sexual expressions, GEMS can make sex safer for all.
Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Yasmin and Whitney, for kicking us off. No small task. We will now be moving into a live 3-minute Q&A session with our 3 community panelists. I'm going to give us a second to pull everyone up here, the magical behind the scenes, and we will also see a 3-minute countdown clock on our screen in a minute here, or in a second here. And for everyone's knowledge, we will start the countdown after the first question is asked. All right, Jennifer, over to you to kick us off, please.
Great, thank you. And excellent pitch and really exciting product that you're bringing to market. So my question is around accelerating your growth. So if you had additional marketing funding, what channel do you think you would spend it on, and what would be the most effective way to grow faster?
That's a really great question. We really want to embark on an ambitious paid media campaign in the next year. Condoms, even though they're actually a top 10 medical device as registered by the World Health Organization, they are censored as if they are porn. So it's very important to be able to get the word out. Organic growth on social is difficult because of this. So we really need to embark on a very ambitious paid media campaign in order to do that and support our other programming like our sex education platform.
Great, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm next. Hi, that was great, you guys. Thank you so much. You talked about some pretty ambitious growth plans, and some very significant retailers, Target, Walmart, Amazon, are in your sites. Those retailers have the potential to do very high volumes of business. So I was just curious to hear more about your manufacturing capabilities, who you use, and how you can scale up to meet those volume demands if they hopefully come.
Yes, that's a great question. We manufacture with the top condom manufacturer in the world out of Thailand. So we actually do have the ability to scale. There's definitely lead delays right now because of all the shipping problems, but we can scale up and ramp up as much as needed. And we're aware sort of with the onslaught potentially of what that could be. And we have that in our sites, and certainly rounds of funding that we're looking into right now would help support those POs as well.
So I guess I'll ask another one. You talked a little bit about your product being different from the other condoms that are available on the market. Can you talk a little bit about the product itself and what makes it so unique?
Yes. In between pregnancies, we went looking for a condom that we could see what the ingredients were listed. I'm celiac, Yasmin's a conscious consumer, and we couldn't find what was in them. So we went out to try to manufacture a condom that was stripped down. So 100% natural latex, 100% silicone lube, and nothing more. So nothing fancy additional onto there. There doesn't add any bumps or ribs, nothing for young people to be questioning what they need. It's just what it is. And it's quite an alternative to a lot of the ingredients that are added in other condoms. And then again, not sort of listed transparently on the package.
And maybe this is the last question. So I'll make it a big one. Can you tell us a little bit about your long-term vision for the company, major milestones, or what comes next?
Absolutely. We are very much a safer sex company first and foremost. So we want to be a condom first brand. So we don't want to diversify too much, but there's definitely extensions in terms of lube and other protective carrying cases that very much speak to Gen Z for them to have condoms on them. And we want GEMS to see GEMS everywhere. Our strategy is really to have them front and center. So just growing it, we'd love to grow into other markets in other countries, but really having condoms front and center everywhere is what we're after.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
Any final comments? I guess we've got 17 seconds.
Oh,
it's counting back up now.
Is it? Okay, then we went over.
All good, all good. Working out the kinks from the first one. Thank you so much, Whitney and Yasmin. That was incredible. Thank you, thank you. And with that, I'm delighted to welcome our next semi-finalist for today, Brianna Blaney and Ariana Hahn from Pocketed.
My name's Brianna Blaney, and we built Pocketed to simplify access to government funding for businesses. Money is a leading barrier to entrepreneurship and innovation, especially for women. We get it. As experienced founders, we have lived this pain, trying to find money to start and grow our businesses. There is billions of dollars in free government money available every year in Canada and the US, with grants, tax credits, and more. And a lot of it goes unused because it's hard to find the right program and then it's painful to apply. So we decided it was time to build a better, simpler way for businesses to get the money they need to grow. Pocketed matches our users with eligible funding programs based on their profile. Then we help them actually get government money with our marketplace and our funding as a service solution. Unlike traditional service providers like grant writers, our growth is not determined by our headcount. Our technology allows us to automate the application process, getting free government money for our users at scale. We make it easy, doing all of the work for them to apply, and we take a 10% success fee, which means that Pocketed is risk-free for our users. They only pay us when we successfully get them money. Meet our user, Ada, the co-founder of Nalacare. Pocketed helped Ada secure over $100,000 in government funding in 120 days, money to make key hires and grow her business. And this is just one example. Pocketed has been on a rocket ship since day one. We oversubscribed our alpha launch by more than 500%. And today, over 3,900 businesses across Canada use Pocketed to access free government money. We're proud that 51% of those businesses are female-led. To attract users, we've built over 100 partnerships with accelerators, incubators, and chambers of commerce, places where entrepreneurs go for help to start and grow their businesses. These partnerships are a free channel of high-volume user acquisition. In 2021, our users applied for over $80 million through Pocketed, free government money to grow their businesses. This past summer, we raised $1 million from experienced investors to expand across Canada and complete a US pilot. And we're on track to achieve our milestones. Pocketed has successfully productized the traditional service industry, and we're scaling fast to get businesses onto our platform. Government funding is a pathway to our bigger vision, and our platform is a honeypot for user acquisition. We earn our users' trust by getting them free government money, and we learn about their problems as we go. Long term, we have infinite opportunity to add value in these relationships, developing additional revenue streams based on what our users need. We're raising an additional $3 million to accelerate our expansion across the US. We'll deploy this capital with key hires of both our growth team and our tech team, and invest in paid marketing. With this additional capital, we'll achieve a dominant market position with 80,000 users and $7 million in revenue within 2 years, which will position us to scale beyond North America. We invite you to create your free Pocketed account today. Use the referral code FORUMX to access exclusive benefits.
Thank you so much, Brianna and Aria. Once again, we will be beginning our transition into our live 3-minute Q&A session with our 3 community finalists. As a reminder, the clock starts after the first question is completed, and I'm going to give another second for us to bring everyone right on up here. All right, here we are. Thank you. And Genevieve, you are kicking us off this time.
Great. Thank you for that. It was a fantastic presentation, and it sounds like a really interesting solution to a huge issue that we face. So I'd love to know a little bit more about your business model, how you earn and grow your revenue. I think I heard something about a commission on the actual funding, but maybe you can tell us a bit more about that.
Yeah, Genevieve, thanks so much for your comments and for the question. Our primary revenue model is driven by a 10% success fee directly in the platform itself. So when we support a user through the application process, they will be awarded a sum of money. We have a fee that is equivalent to 10% of the money that they are awarded, and that is our primary revenue stream. We do have a couple of other revenue streams as well, but the bulk of the revenue comes from that.
Mm-hmm. I'll go next. Thank you very much. Excellent presentation. Just a question around compliance matters, particularly, you're looking to grow into the US, maybe other global markets. Maybe you can share how you are navigating that area right now.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's a really interesting question. We're part of Creative Destruction Labs, and it's a huge focus of the work that we're doing with our mentors from that program and beyond, because the US is a very different market from Canada. The way that funding works is done at a federal level, but it's also done very state by state. They have different eligibility criteria than here in Canada. So when we look at our go-to-market strategy for the US, it is similar to Canada in that we'll still leverage partnerships, which was a huge driver of user acquisition here in Canada. New Ventures BC, I saw commenting in the chat. League of Innovators, I saw commenting in the chat, the forum. They're all examples of partners that we have active relationships with already. So we'll still leverage that go-to-market strategy from a user acquisition standpoint, but we're having to focus and beachhead in a much more segmented way in that market. So for 2022, we're focusing on a pilot. What that means is that we're not trying to boil the ocean. We're going after specific types of funding programs focused on human capital funding. So hiring grants, subsidies, tax credits around people. And we will focus on geographical constraints around that and then industries as well. So right now, human capital funding for technology companies in San Francisco very specifically is the beachhead that we're currently targeting.
Thank you. Thank you. Maybe a follow up on that, because it does, I'm sorry, just dovetails a little bit into the whole security issue as well. So maybe you can speak to that and then we can go on to the other question. Apologies.
Sharmeen, to clarify my understanding of your question, is it around like cybersecurity and the technology? Yeah. So exactly. Arya, do you want to jump in with a quick answer on that?
Absolutely. So it's at the top of our minds as well. So we've actually engaged a professional security company to come in and do a full code audit that actually launched yesterday, which is fantastic. So penetration testing, code review, all of those things to shore it up as tightly as is possible. Even the biggest companies with the biggest budgets have hacks, so there's no guarantees, but we're doing everything we can and getting those experts in there.
And to add on to that, that project is actually funded by grants because we hugely leverage grant funding for ourselves as well.
Awesome. Over to Jennifer.
Great. Can you just quickly, as we're running out of time, can you just talk a little bit about how you find the grants? Because I know that's a very confusing area for entrepreneurs, is to find out what grants are actually available.
Yeah, I know that we're at time, and so we'll give you a more in-depth answer offline, but there is a suite of technology that we have developed to do that in an automated way. And so Arya and our technical team have done phenomenal work around that. It's a hybrid of people and technology.
Great, thanks.
Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you. Well done squeezing in those last seconds. Make the most of every single one of them. Thank you, Brianna and Arya, for your amazing presentation on Pocketed. All right, we are ready to hear the vision of our next semi-finalist, Ashwak Al-Hashedi from Invicare.
Hello everyone, my name is Ashwak Al-Hashedi. I'm a dental specialist with 2 PhDs in implantology and the co-founder of Invicare. At Invicare, we develop nanocrystalline technology to control implant infections, starting with dental implant market. Do you know in North America, there are over 20 million people living with dental implants, and this number is on a rise. As implant specialists, we used to recommend implant as a lifetime treatment and give warranty for 10 years. But currently, we face a lot of infections, so we can't do that. One of these cases is my sister, who just called me 3 months after receiving her new implant, and she was crying because this implant is infected and indicated for removal. My sister is not alone. In the US, there are 4 million infections reported every year, which results in 20 billion additional healthcare costs to resolve these infections. This is in addition to the financial burden on professionals, implant companies who have to replace these implants for free. Current techniques are not efficient, as they are still resulting in 40% infection rate. Some of them are damaging implants, expensive, and also resulting in recurrent infections. We respond to this huge unmet need with our nanocrystalline technology, as it's composed of 2-dimensional nanocrystals that act as a powerful sponge, absorb contaminant, allowing the tissue to heal. The technology is currently patented, and it's the outcome of 7 years of research at McGill, Harvard, and University of Montreal. With our technology, we provide 3 times more efficacy in terms of cleaning without causing damage to the implant. We save in cost, time, and also it's covered by insurance companies. We plan to sell our product to professionals through distributors and implant companies, which gives us a 19 billion revenue of recurrent revenue. Currently, we are at the pre-launch phase of our prevention product, which has passed the health approvals by Health Canada and FDA. We secured partnership for clinical testing, marketing, and manufacturing, and we have raised more than 1 million to precede the company. Next step is to run our market adoption studies or to generate sales data that will allow us to launch the product in Q2 this year. Our company is led by Professor Tamimi as a scientific officer and myself as a business leader. We're also supported by a team with different specialties in biomedical engineering, business, finance, and also clinical experience. We're also backed by a team of leaders in with the clinical experience, business leaders, and most of these business programs. Currently, we are raising our seed fund of 1.7 million, which will be used to launch the product and unlock the other applications of our technology. Thank you.
Gosh, how incredible. Our third pitch, we're talking about biotechnology for implant care. We've had technology for grants and condoms with intention. We are on fire so far with the three. Thank you so much, Ashwak, for that incredible pitch. I'm really looking forward to diving into our 3-minute Q&A. We're going to give my team members a second here to pop everyone up. Hello, Ashwak, I see you. Wonderful, thank you. And we will begin our Q&A for this round, and Jennifer will be kicking us off. Thank you.
Great, great presentation, Ashwak, and really exciting technology that you're building there. Congratulations on getting your Health Canada approvals to go forward. Can you talk a little bit about what your marketing strategy is to get your implants to be used as opposed to the old problematic ones?
Thank you for your question. Actually, the technology itself, it's the cleaning gel for dental implants. So basically, it will be used during the cleaning visits of the patients to the clinic. So our main strategy is to target those specialists through the awareness and activities at what we call it really market support activities. And that's what we started from now, even before getting the sales data, to go through these events, to meet them now virtually, to have also presentations to present the problem and also the available techniques, which is not really efficient, and also to offer them the new technology that we have. Plus that, it will be working with the distributors who have also their own channels to reach all those customers and also make those awareness activities.
Thank you.
I think I'm next. Thank you so much for that. Wonderful presentation and packed full of really interesting information. Maybe you can share a little bit with us about whether the product requires any specialized training, any additional equipment to use it, whether there's any maybe barriers to entry to having customers adopt the new technology.
Thank you. This is a really interesting question. Actually, what we offer is really simplified procedure, something that doesn't really need any training. It's basically what they use for cleaning teeth. They're going to have our product with the same technology, the same procedure, and the same tools to clean implants. So it doesn't need any training. It doesn't also cost time to implement it for implants.
I'll go next. Thank you for your presentation. This is a very large addressable market, obviously. And so just maybe you can share with us how competitive is this landscape and what differentiates your company as you move forward with the funding to scale to take it to the next level.
Yeah, so as a technology itself, as I mentioned also in the slides, that currently there is no really efficient technique. So there's a huge unmet need. And also there is a high increase, or there is a huge increase also in the infections. Before, as I mentioned, implants were really bulletproof. Like we can place it there and it will last forever. But currently we receive a lot of cases, a lot of infections, because implants is not really it's not really as our teeth. It's a new implemented device in the mouth. So with our technology, we provide the simple to use, efficient technique without causing any cost and damage to the implants. That's what really needed to maintain the implant and to keep them also from infections.
Excellent, thank you.
So just to clarify, so would you be selling into like dental hygienists as well to use this? So when I go to the dentist and things?
Yes. In the healthy stage without any infections, dental hygienist, general dentist, and in the advanced case will be more specialists.
Great,
thank you. That's awesome.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Ashwak, for your presentation on Invicare. All right, we are going to hear from our fourth semi-finalist now, Danielle Lowe from Doodlebug pet food.
Hi, I'm Danielle Lowe, the founder of Doodlebug Pet Food. My sister's dog, Billy, started to get really sick shortly after she was adopted. After an expensive vet trip, we learned she had a meat intolerance. According to vets, 30% of the dogs they see suffer from meat intolerances. Limited protein variance in dogs' diets is making meat intolerances more common. These symptoms are painful for the dog, stressful for the pet parent, and expensive if vet trips are involved. Meanwhile, commercial meat production is unsustainable, rapidly consuming environmental inputs while grossly emitting greenhouse gases. Enter Doodlebug. Doodlebugs are cricket-based dog treats perfect for pet parents who want to feed their dogs like family. We have big plans for expansion, such as launching kibbles, display jars, and a highly demanded subscription model. Doodlebugs are nutritious, sustainable, and hypoallergenic. They're a solution for meat-intolerant dogs and a preventative measure for dogs who need more protein variance in their diets. We uncovered 2 target markets differentiated by their current knowledge of insect protein. Our first target, Canadian pet parents who are knowledgeable about insect protein, is large, sitting at 161,000. When you consider the United States, this market includes 6 million customers. Demand for insect protein, sustainable goods, and hypoallergenic pet foods are increasing. Pet purchases and pet spending is skyrocketing, particularly in the millennial demographic. Simply put, the pet industry is booming and Doodlebug is positioned perfectly. So far, we have sold online and at farmers markets. In just 4 months, with limited production capacity, we sold out with a total of 685 units. Doodlebugs would also do great in vet clinics and shops. In fact, local stores are already asking to sell our products. However, we see the greatest revenue potential through launching a subscription service. Our customers want convenience. A subscription service makes the treat ordering process easier and provides recurring revenue for Doodlebug. Customer lifetime value would improve and average order values would rise due to add-ons like branded treat jars. Doodlebug's early sale growth demonstrates our grit and product market fit. The company is scalable and solves a real market need. Doodlebug can be $1 billion business. The $25,000 would be invested in machinery, supporting our subscription service launch and improving our margins. Better packaging would improve our brand image and customer experience. Doodlebug will make a real impact on issues like food security and climate change. With increasing protein demand and simultaneous environmental decline, innovative companies like Doodlebug will become the industry leaders. Selecting Doodlebug as a finalist today not only means supporting a great product and scalable business, but also a 21-year-old female entrepreneur with the passion, desire to grow, and willingness to take feedback that's required to scale a company. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Danielle. Folks, take a second to give a big hands up and applause to Danielle, our 21-year-old woman entrepreneur on with us today. Thank you so much for sharing more about Doodlebug with us. We're now moving into our 3-minute Q&A, and over to you, Charmaine, to please begin.
Yeah, that's amazing. Thank you so much, and congratulations. Done a lot of amazing work. It's amazing. Maybe I'll just start with just asking about how you're going about with sourcing, with manufacturing. Maybe you can share a little bit of insights on those areas of the business.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you. So, yeah, my manufacturing process is very hands-on right now. That means a lot of love is going into every single Doodlebug, which means a lot of time. So the funding from this competition would actually be used to automate that production process, lowering the cost per unit, and allowing me to sell to more customers, because really right now it's not a problem with demand, it's a problem with supply.
So maybe to follow up on that a little bit, just to understand that side of your business. So are you sourcing crickets and then designing the recipes that you use to make the Doodlebugs? Have you looked at having like cricket farms and growing your own crickets for it? What's the plan there?
Yeah, so I'm working with a Canadian cricket farmer. These cricket farms are popping up all over Canada right now because it's a growing industry. According to research I've seen through the UN, it's best to create either an end product or to create the cricket powder. So I'm focusing solely on the end product. And then, yeah, by increasing my production capacity, I'll also be able to source my other ingredients in wholesale quantities, further lowering my cost per unit. And then I design my recipes alongside the University of Saskatchewan's Feed Research Center.
Mhm. Good. Good.
Can you tell us a little bit about sort of the long-term goal and vision, this product, and then what comes next 5 years down the road?
Right, so right now it's just the treats. That's more of an entrance to market. Ideally, we could move to kibbles and have other add-ons to increase the average order value. And then down the line, I can see it going really far. I know that insect protein is not only a solution for dogs, but also people. So that's why I say it's a sustainable protein company. So possibly products for human consumption and just the entire animal feed industry.
Now, are there any other sort of, again, looking at, U.S. expansion or anywhere else around the world, and sort of some of those limitations on entering those kinds of markets? So where do you see you going in terms of those areas of growth, and what kind of, approvals in this category do you have to be able to do that? Or maybe you already have them.
Yeah, well, the nice thing about the pet food industry is that it has fewer barriers to entry. So that's a lot easier. By focusing on Canada and establishing a system here, it'll be easier to expand to the States, especially by partnering eventually with wholesale in Canada. It will naturally expand to the larger market in the States.
Awesome, thank you.
And do you encounter any resistance to feeding crickets to pets?
None, actually, so far. People are a lot easier to jump on board with it for their pets. The trend is growing for not only pets, but also humans. So
great, thank you.
There you go.
Awesome.
Amazing. Thank you again so much, Danielle. So great to learn more about Doodlebugs and cricket farms. I did not know as much as I do now. And gosh, everyone, this has already been so inspiring. And we're only a third of the way, I already feel more knowledgeable and more inspired than about 40 minutes ago. So now we're going to take a moment to hear from the first of one of our longtime supporters and finale mentors. So this is one of the mentors that will be working with one of our finalists, Ali Pejman.
I'll take out the garbage in a second. I got to do something for Forum Pitch. Yep, it's on. Yep, it's going to be fantastic. It's on April 28th. Yeah, it's the same event, mentoring fantastic, smart women entrepreneurs that are going to make big changes for Canada. Yes, I've had a winner in the winner's circle, and I'm going to try to help that happen again this year. Can I get back to this? Yes, I am taking you. Thank you. Oh, this is on.
Thank you, Ali. You might have missed your calling. And I think you have an alternative career if you ever need it. We so appreciate your energy and enthusiasm to our community. Once again, our mentors are truly every step of the way along our pitch journey, and we're so grateful for all of them. And with that, we are going to be moving into our next semi-finalist presentation. We have Cindy James from Crafty Beasts Brewing Company.
By way of a thumbs up in the chat, how many people own a dog or know someone who owns a dog? Did you know that 55% of Canadian households owns a dog? That's over half. Hi, I'm Cindy James. I am creator of Canada's only beer for dogs. I've since partnered with Craft Coast Canning, Atlantic Canada's leading co-packer for craft beer. Fetch Canine Pale Ale is made by Crafty Beasts Brewing Company. We are a brewery that manufactures delicious, non-alcoholic beverages for your furry family members. You can enjoy our beverages right alongside your own beer. But what I'm most excited about is a trend that has shifted from dog owner to pet parent. Dogs are the new kids, and millennials now aged 25 to 40 are spending more on their pets. Fetch is our response to promoting healthy pups, a healthy planet, and healthy humans. Our brew can be served as a hydrating drink, a cool treat, or as a food topper. The focus on our own health has now translated to our dogs. Dog parents are seeking top-notch ingredients, clean labels, and human-style variety. Each can upcycles 0.35 kilograms of unwanted food, helping Canada meet its food waste diversion goals. The dynamics of the pandemic means we're spending more time with our pets. Our brew provides a bonding opportunity and some very cool Instagram moments. Fetch Canine Paleo is a smile-inducing, healthy solution to that canine to human bond. We sell joy in a craft beer can made with Canadian-sourced ingredients. Dog beer was born in 2018 in my own kitchen. We market tested throughout 2019. We created an online social media presence and a brand identity in 2020, and an online wholesale ordering platform for our retailers in 2021. Following a very successful national trade show in October, we are in almost 90 locations in 9 provinces and 1 territory across Canada. We have invested $5,000 in R&D with Canada's smartest kitchen on PEI in order to stabilize the recipe so we could scale it for distribution. We incorporated in 2020 in order to structure for growth, and we're currently working on new beast beverages. Our team of corporate entrepreneurs have skills in law, finance, marketing, chemical and mechanical engineering. We are a direct-to-retailer business, shipping to pet stores, dog daycares, and pet-friendly breweries. Although we have exposure coast to coast, we are looking to deepen our ties with new distributorships. After selling out this past holiday season, we realized we need to improve and expand our production and centralize our operation. A $25,000 investment would give us the opportunity to meet the current demand and beyond. With a growing pet parent trend, increasing global market share, and an opportunity to do good, Fetch is barking up the right tree for many reasons.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Cindy. Sign me up for some tail wagging joy. I love it. I love it. Thank you for sharing the story and vision for Crafty Beasts with us. We will now be moving into our 3-minute Q&A. We'll give ourselves a second to get sorted here. We're just missing Cindy. I know you're coming. You're coming. Digital hallways. There we are. There we are. All right. Over to you, Genevieve, please, to kick us off.
Hi, Cindy. Thank you so much for that. This is just delightful. You're delightful. This idea is delightful. I love it. So I would love to know, to start, more about what makes something a beer for dogs. What's in it? Is it carbonated? Just tell us a little bit more about the product. I'm so curious.
Sure. We did start with a carbonated version, but it tickles the nose, so no go on that. We have it, we're using a craft canning beer company that is professional, and we've gone with a nitrogen load on the top that keeps it fresh in the can. It is basically a bone broth. So we have lots of options to alter that broth and include some other fantastic fresh ingredients in it.
Great, thanks. I'll go next. I have to say that my son, who is a craft beer drinking dog owner, thought it was a great idea. He hadn't heard of it before, and I just want to ask a little bit about what your plans are around increasing awareness of this type of product in Canada, and
Sure.
what the competitive market looks like.
Absolutely. You know, we are a treat. So we do find that it ends up at the front counter because they don't know what to do with it. So that is a bonus for us. We are we're in over 90 retail stores across Canada right now. And we gained that success through a national trade show. So we want to do more trade shows in order to get the word out on it. There's so many more markets that we can enter. We need a national distributorship, which would definitely put us in a top tier in terms of getting into more places across Canada. And that's our market is right now is in Canada.
So can you talk then a little bit about who your top distributors are in Canada, like Pet Value, those types of companies?
We certainly are in Pet Values and global pet food stores across Canada. What we need to do is get into their distributorship programs. So right now we're shipping right from the warehouse to individual pet stores and dog-friendly breweries and the and dog daycares as well. And that is time consuming. We'd rather ship a pallet than a case. So that's where we really need our help and assistance, and where that money will go towards is helping us find a distributor that will take us on and get us across Canada.
And can you tell us a little bit about the sustainability aspect of this? You mentioned upcycling of food. So how does that come about? How do you source that? And what are those ingredients?
Well, fortunately, we're in the Maritimes and we're sitting in farm country. And so we have lots of access to carrots that would sit in a field and rot if we didn't find them. So our professional kitchen in Dartmouth sources those for us. So we get the ugly carrots, the ugly apples. I've driven around a beef heart in my Fiat. So it's, we grab those body parts that we can use and divert instead of putting them in the landfill.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Cindy. We love learning more about you and Crafty Beasts Brewing. Thank you. All right, we are about to hit the halfway mark as we hear the vision for Marlow from the co-founders Nadia Ladak and Simone Godbout.
Hi everyone, I'm Simone and this is my co-founder Nadia, and we're building Marlow, the one-stop shop for mindful menstruation and sexual wellness. We've seen a rise of mindful menstruation as a trend overall, and Pinterest recently reported that in the upcoming year, this will be a big focus for Gen Z and millennials. And this was proven by, for example, an increase in 3x the search terms of period care. This started when my co-founder went to the gynecologist and shared the pain that she felt using traditional tampons and how she felt really limited with her other option of pads, especially in her active lifestyle. And her doctor told her to spit on her tampon to make it easier to insert. We went on to interview over 200 other users, and 86% of them experienced insertion pain or discomfort. Our solution is the first lubricated tampon kit, where we've designed the lubricant to perfectly coat a tampon in a mess-free process due to our innovative cross-slit valve application. Our tampons are 100% organic cotton, our lubricant is water-based, and we work to use the most sustainable materials as possible. 93% of users that tried our product would recommend it to a friend, and we've received really positive feedback from medical experts such as pelvic health physiotherapists who really vouch on behalf of the hundreds of patients they see every year and the need that there is for this product. To date, we've generated over $14,000 in pre-orders and sales. We've raised a pre-seed round of $500,000 and $30,000 in non-dilutive grants. We've organically built a community of over 11,000 menstruators through our content strategy. We've secured our Health Canada approvals, manufacturers, and third-party logistics partners, and now we're ready to scale.
Our business model is direct-to-consumer and e-commerce subscription, which on our end results in recurring revenue, and for the customer, it solves that fear of running out of product and having to make those emergency last-minute trips to the store. It also allows us to collect data and analytics to really deeply understand our customers and personalize their experience. Our competitive advantage is our first to market brand new product innovation, our modern inclusive brand, and most of all, our direct to consumer and community engagement model. We're really able to perform personalized relationships with the customer, and we've seen that larger players like Procter & Gamble have acquired D2C brands for access to this data and community. Our founding team has experience in digital marketing and on executing and go-to-market strategies for direct-to-consumer brands. We also deeply understand our customers because we are the target demographic and we're building the brand that we've always wanted to see. We're looking to invest in SEO and content creation as these have been cost-effective strategies for us to organically grow the brand to date. Thank you so much.
So incredible. Thank you so much, Nadia and Simone, so much enthusiasm and appreciation for what you have created happening in the chat. Thank you. As we head once again into our 3-minute Q&A, I want to encourage our audience to reach out directly if you'd like to be connected to support and amplify our amazing entrepreneurs. All right, and over to you, Jennifer, to begin, please.
Great, thank you. And excellent progress, Simone and Nadia. I'm sure there's millions of women that could benefit from a product like this, and given how little the technology has changed in the past several decades. So can you talk a little bit on your content strategy? You said you've got about 11,000 in your community now, which is excellent. How you get from that 11,000 to the millions of women that really could benefit from this?
So far, we've really focused on an organic approach. We know that there's a lot of stigma around menstruation and sexual health, but it's a normal part of our everyday lives. And so we've been really focused on platforms like TikTok, on Instagram, things like our blog, where we have SEO trending topics like, why does my tampon hurt? Or what does the color of my period blood mean? These are getting us tons of organic traffic results into our website. And so we're looking to double down on these strategies, as well as PR. This is a great story. And we've had success with organizations like the Kit or Global News and getting our story out there as well.
Congratulations, and thank you for your excellent presentation. Just a quick question around, I know you're doing a lot of things, social media, and I know that how important it is to continue to market and have the influencers. How has it been getting the partnerships or endorsements from sort of the medical industry? Maybe you can share that, how that outreach is going at this point.
Yeah, I'd be happy to share. This was a focus for us, especially during the product development stage. We really wanted to vet the ingredients in our lubricant first and foremost, and then make sure that we were being really thoughtful about the materials. So that was something that they were really involved with. And now we've co-hosted events with NGOs such as Medical Her Story, for example. So that was a way to really get into those communities that are already talking about these issues. And so we had at least 3 people after that event reach out: doctors, public health physiotherapists. So we find those events really successful in reaching those communities, and then often that moves into the social media sphere, and we continue those conversations after the events.
Thank you.
Thank you both. Can you tell us a little bit more about the product itself, both the user experience? It sounds like the consumer sort of adds the lubricant at home or on the go, I guess, if it's portable. And also, how is it produced? Do you make any elements of it? Is it contract manufactured for you? To just a little more on product side.
Definitely. So the product consists of an 100% organic cotton tampon. The applicator is made out of plant-based plastic, and it comes in a compostable wrapper. So we've taken steps to prioritize environmental sustainability of the product as well. And it comes in with a bottle of water-based lubricant, which has a valve. We like to describe it almost like where you put your straw into a pop cup. That same valve is at the top of our bottle, so that when you dip your tampon in, it coats it very mess-free. You're not doing arts and crafts in the bathroom stall trying to squeeze on lubricant. It's just one mess-free dip, and you're able to insert it for smoother insertion. And so a lot of people who maybe just want it on the first or last days of their period when they have a lighter flow and that increased friction, it's really helpful for them that the consumer can choose when they want to use the lubricant throughout their cycle. And we've had great feedback from people who not only maybe need the product, but also people who didn't think they need it and now say they can't imagine going back because it's so much more comfortable. And we do have manufacturers as well who are helping us to produce the product. So we are able to scale very quickly with their help and with Health Canada's approval that we have.
Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Nadia and Simone, and some really great supportive comments in the chat coming in for you as well. Thank you so much for sharing more about your vision on Marlow. And with that, I'm really excited to welcome our next semi-finalist for today, Annika van Hoven from AlgoBio.
Hi, my name is Annika, and I'm the co-founder of AlgoBio, where we are developing a non-toxic bio-based flame retardant. On average, we are exposed to flame retardants 22 hours per day. While you let that sink in, so is your exposure. These chemicals are used to treat everyday objects as a fire safety measure, but they are being linked to fertility complications, brain development issues, and cancer. In fact, 6 out of every 10 Americans have these chemicals in their drinking water. And when a flame retardant is banned or restricted due to its toxicity, rather than novel chemistry, manufacturers tend to satisfy by using a modified molecular structure or by using a lower concentration to fly under threshold changes. This lets them slip by legislation while it leaves a threat to public safety and leaves the supply chain at risk of future regulation changes. Now, the push to regulate chemical toxicity is motivated by 5 of the United Nations Sustainability Goals, and consumers and businesses around the world are looking for alternatives. AlgoBio wants to provide a flame retardant that will always be accepted by regulation because of its non-toxicity. Now, we have developed a novel, cost-efficient, non-toxic flame retardant made from a biopolymer and nanoparticles that can be easily applied to textiles used in firefighter gear, furniture, baby clothing, mattresses, and more. And our flame retardant is applied to textiles as a coating, which is the common application method used in these textile markets. It significantly improves the material's ability to suppress fire and slows the spread, giving people more time to escape. Now, we've conducted the industry standard vertical burn test on textiles coated with our flame retardant, in which we measured a char length of 2.3 inches, surpassing the industry standard of 6 inches. Our obtainable market is the North American flame retardant textile market, valued at $300 million, and we hope to expand into the global plastics market, valued at $62 billion. Now, our competitive advantage is that we have a ready-to-use technology that is less expensive than current solutions and doesn't have the potential risk of being banned in the future. We've spoken to many industry experts and potential customers, all of whom have the common opinion that there is a desire for our solution, and we are currently sending samples to customers in hopes of starting a pilot project. Up to this point, we have been self-funded, but we are looking to raise a seed round of $1 million with value-aligned strategic investors, and this year we plan to focus on our patent starting pilot projects with these potential partners and start R&D on the powder form of our flame retardant. And we've been recognized by many startup awards, including being a part of the James Dyson Award International Top 20 shortlist out of over 2,000 applicants. We are the right team to solve this issue. We have a diverse set of skills from product management, research and development of nanomaterials, startup experience, business and finance development, all to bring AlgoBio to the next level. And we are being advised by flame retardant industry experts. Our vision is to eliminate toxic flame retardants everywhere. We're AlgoBio, keeping you safe in more ways than one. Thank you for listening.
Incredible. Thank you so much. I don't know about you folks, but I am just so inspired about both the visions, but also the incredible impact and opportunity that's really being brought forward here. Thank you so much. All right. We're going to once again be moving into our 3-minute Q&A. All the wows in the chat. All the wows in the chat. Love it. Love it. Thank you.
Yeah.
And Charmaine, you're kicking us off this time. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you, Paulina. Congratulations. This is just simply amazing. I mean, the amount of work that I can imagine goes into this. Maybe you can speak a little bit more about, your patents, because obviously this is an incredibly competitive market that you're going into, very large addressable market as well, very global in scale. So maybe you could speak about that patent protections as well, and then also maybe dovetail a little bit that into manufacturing. And so thank you for those.
Yeah, so our patent currently covers our formulation and the application of the specific materials we use in our flame retardant. So we do have our provisional patent fully written up by a lawyer and ready to file, and we will be filing that in the coming few weeks. And that should basically give us a year until we file an official patent and then we'll specify certain locations. So it kind of gives us a buffer year to select where we will be filing. And then on the manufacturing side of things, we have spoken to contract manufacturers to see how easily our material is manufactured. And based on the equipment and those conversations, it seems like it's a super easy process. And that cost estimate is also included in the costs that we propose.
Thank you for the great presentation. I'm aware that there's significant safety regulations in a lot of these categories for fire safety and flame retardant. So your go-to-market strategy, maybe you can tell us a little bit about that. Are there any specific categories that you think will be your first or easiest to enter, and then how you grow from there?
Yeah, so thanks for the question. And based off our kind of customer interviews so far, there are basically 7 key tests that we need to pass to step into the market. A lot of them surround safety and the actual fire capability.
fire suppressant capability, and we have performed all of those tests in-house to make sure we do meet those requirements. And then there are official certifications for some of them, which we plan to eventually get, but those certifications are kind of like a nice to have. They're not required to enter into the market, but they will like attract new customers.
So obviously, clothes and things, particularly baby clothes, already have to have flame retardant materials. So you've got a much better solution than what's currently out there. What's involved in manufacturers in moving from their current more toxic coatings to yours? How hard would it be for them? Is that something you would need to help them with? Would they need to retool their factories?
Yeah, so currently the kind of process is a coating process where the fabric is kind of rolled through the material, and then it's like squeezed out, and then it goes into like a heating process, and sometimes there's a double coat. So we have made sure that we can align with that manufacturing line. That's kind of how we apply our coating currently. So it will suit that.
Great.
Thanks.
Amazing. Thank you so very much for sharing a little bit more, Annika, around AlgoBio. Thank you. Thank you. All right, folks, we are moving into our now 8th semi-finalist, if you can believe it. We're going to be hearing from Jennifer Irons from Meta Talent Agency.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Irons. I am a writer who left a successful film and television career to become a talent agent. I'm the founder of Meta, the first Black-owned film and TV literary agency in Canada, and I'm the first Black agent in the country. I started Meta to help break down barriers for Canadian, Black, Indigenous, and people of color in the entertainment industry, and to help meet the new demand for BIPOC talent. One of the key barriers for BIPOC talent is lack of access to agent representation. Less than 3% of talent agents in Canada are BIPOC. It's estimated that less than 5% of those who have agents are BIPOC. Not having access to a talent agent can hinder career launching, growth, and sustainability, and prevent clients from obtaining fair and equitable wages and equal access to opportunities. This is where Meta comes in. We focus on representing BIPOC screenwriters and directors with the intent to expand to represent other talent in the industry. We negotiate fair and equitable rates for our clients, and we capitalize on relationships that we're developing in Canada, the United States, and the UK to help our clients be competitive locally and internationally. Annual screenwriter and director revenue in Canada is nearly $161 million. Agents earn a 10% commission from writer and director revenue, and thereby earning $16.1 million. Meta's goal is to capitalize on at least 10% of this market share, which would yield an impressive $1.6 million in annual revenue. To penetrate our target market, we are connecting directly with BIPOC talent through organizations with databases that gives Meta access to over 8,000 BIPOC talent profiles. We're leveraging BIPOC-focused organizations such as BIPOC TV and Film, Real World Screen Institute, Black Business Association of BC, and Collective Bunch, just to name a few. We continue to build relationships locally and internationally through our marketing efforts, and we ensure easy access for BIPOC talent looking for representation, as evidenced by our user-friendly website, which allows talent to submit material for consideration. In 2021, Meta projected earning $18,000 in commission during our first year of operation. We actually generated $30,000 in commission. That is a 67% greater margin than we projected. If we are awarded the cash prize, we will use those funds towards scaling by adding an additional agent and expanding the kind of talent we represent. We would increase our exposure through marketing, and we would improve agency efficiency by upgrading our client management software. In conclusion, we're doing wonderful work at Meta, which is important because we're breaking down barriers for BIPOC talent. And 2, we are fulfilling 2 of the United Nations sustainability goals, which are helping create decent work and economic growth and reducing inequalities. Thank you for allowing Meta to share with you why representation matters in life, but also in the stories we tell and on the screens that we watch. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. What a beautiful last slide to end off on, and such an important values that you bring to life. Thank you. we're going to be shifting into our 3-minute Q&A. I will give us a second to get through our digital hallways. As we bring Jennifer up, everyone might appreciate we on the back end here, we have our team doing all the technology, and we call ourselves the kitchen tech team because my colleague Anne is sitting over here in our office kitchen. So everything here behind the scenes is brought to you by the kitchen tech team. And here we are, we're ready to dive into our Q&A. I see you, Jennifer, wonderful, thank you. And Genevieve, you are kicking us off, please.
Yeah, thank you, Jennifer. Great presentation. Wonderful to hear from you about Meta. You mentioned what you would do as your first step with the proceeds, hire an agent and go from there. But I'm curious, in the long-term vision you have for Meta, how do you grow a talent agency and what are your sort of goals and ambitions for it?
Thank you. Great question. So you do it one step at a time. And so the first step is to bring on an additional agent. So, and then we'll have 2 full-time agents. The next step is to expand the kind of clients we represent. Right now, we represent writers and directors, but we intend to represent other key creatives in the industry, like cinematographers and production designers and production managers, et cetera. And then the third step would be to become a full-service agency where you bring on additional divisions like representing authors and perhaps representing gamers and et cetera. So that is our long-term strategy. And we eventually intend to be a full service talent agent here in Canada. And then of course we have even broader and even longer term strategies, but for the first 5 to 7 years, that definitely is our focus right here in Canada.
So just to follow up on that a little bit. So your focus is Canadian talent.
Yes.
In terms of projects, do you represent them for projects internationally, or are you looking at primarily getting them involved in Canadian projects? And how do you break into the international market for projects?
So one of the key things that many people don't realize is that a lot of Canadian content is co-produced. And so the United States and Canada does a lot of co-productions, and then Canada and Ireland, and Canada and the UK, and Canada and Australia. So the primary target is always Canadian content, but almost invariably producers, streamers, broadcasters are looking for partners outside of the country that their content originates in. And so we want our clients to be competitive locally, absolutely, but we also want our clients to be competitive internationally and have those relationships in place.
I'm curious, what do you see as the biggest hurdles or challenges that you face in growing Meta?
Right now, the biggest is change. Change is challenging for anyone, but because there are broadcasters, streamers, producers that are mandating content by BIPOC creators, centered on BIPOC creators, that hurdle is being overcome. And then I guess the second one would be ensuring that I am in a position to build the agency by adding more agents, and training those agents and bringing them on board to represent effectively the mission that we have at Meta Talent Agency. So I would say the number one hurdle would be people changing. And then the second one is just ensuring we're in a position to continue to build the agency by bringing on more talented agents that buy into our mission.
I know my colleagues have asked some great questions already, the same ones that I would have certainly interested in. Thank you for your answers. Somebody did ask, what does Meta mean? So maybe you can finish off with that.
Yes, so Meta means Manasseh and Ephraim Talent Agency. And the word Manasseh means God has caused me to forget the pain of my past. And Ephraim means God is blessing me where I am now. And that is my hope for the BIPOC community.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Jennifer, for sharing that. I see the audience is fully inspired. Thank you.
Thank you.
We now have the opportunity to meet our second mentor for the pitch finalists, who has also a past board member and longtime supporter of the forums. I'm excited to welcome Amiel Lake.
Hi, my name is Amiel Lake, and I am absolutely thrilled to be a finale mentor at this year's Odlum Brown, the Forum Pitch. happening April 28th. Being a mentor is one of the most rewarding experiences, and the caliber and quality of companies that come through this program, as well as any other program, frankly, associated with the forum, are so exciting, so inspiring, and it's just going to be a wonderful experience for everyone. I've been a part of this event for a long time, and it never ceases to amaze me, the quality of companies that come through and the leaders, these women, these CEOs that are running them.
Amazing. Thank you. We are all so inspired together. And with that, I'm very excited to welcome our next semi-finalist, number 9, for those who are tracking along, Teresa Sanders from Phil.
Hi, I'm Teresa Sanders, the owner of Phil Vernon's Refill Store and Phil Kelowna, and a citizen of the Métis Nation. Plastic has become a huge problem, and our oceans are drowning in it. And our plastic use just keeps getting worse. Look in your recycling bin. You see shampoo bottles, laundry jugs, deodorant. Now think that 91% of plastic isn't recycled, and a good portion ends up in our oceans. Our oceans are vital to the health of our planet by capturing carbon and reducing climate change. And we've seen it this year. Forest fires, heat waves, and flooding. We're in the middle of the climate crisis. These are the things that haunt me. We have to do better for our Earth and future generations. With this haunting, I left my 20-year career as a dietitian to jump into the ecopreneur life and fight plastic pollution. At Phil, you can come and fill your cleaning and hygiene products using your existing containers. To date, Phil customers have saved over 180,000 plastics from entering the environment. We offer high-quality, organic, and plant-based products from local and Canadian suppliers, such as dish soap, laundry soap, shampoo, face care, and much more. Our customers love how our products perform, and it's shown with our 84% return customer rate. I wanted to make sure that Phil offered accessible price points to all budgets by including eco-friendly products that are comparable with grocery store prices. This is something that sets Phil apart from other refilleries, as well as our Indigenous value of reciprocity. Phil donates proceeds of sales to local charities and to water protectors. The first Phil opened, and only 11 months later, the second location opened in Kelowna. Our communities have completely embraced refilling. In its first year, Phil turned a profit and grossed $640,000. In the second year, we grossed $1 million, despite the second store opening during the pandemic. Our revenues are from in-store and online sales of refillable products and the containers. Phil stores should be on track to gross $2 million with the addition of future Phil locations in 2022. Our products offer a 50% profit margin, which will increase to 55% with more locations. Our team is small with 7 members, but shows great potential. I partnered with one of the first Phil employees on the second location, and I hope to foster more employees into management as the team expands. Our Earth can use all the help it can right now with forest fires, heat waves, and climate change. We need to make refilling as mainstream as possible. The prize money would help to support my growth strategy of building out the franchise model in BC. We would be able to give back even more to our water protectors. My immediate plan for growth is to add 3 new Phil locations and scale the impact that Phil can have on our planet. In 2 years' time, Phil stores could easily be saving 500,000 plastic containers and grossing $4 million annually. I challenge you to come join the refill revolution with me.
Thank you so much, Teresa. What incredible growth, especially over the last couple of years. Really, really amazing. All right, we are now once again moving into our 3-minute Q&A, and we're going to give ourselves a second for everyone to get on the screen. There we are. Thank you, Jennifer. Over to you first, please.
Great, thank you. It's amazing how much plastic you're already saving with your 2 stores. We need this sort of thing across all of Canada. You've talked a little bit about how you would expand to 7 stores within BC, but how would you see this expanding nationwide? What do you think you would need to do for that to happen?
Phil has been open for 26 months. We have just been open for just over 2 years. So I would love to be able to get the franchise model built out in BC, get my feet on the ground. And I feel like I'm always saying I need to get my feet on the ground. Phil is a beast. It's growing very, very quickly. Our communities are passionate about it. So I'd love to see it developed in BC first.
get that nailed down and then work on bringing it across the rest of Canada. I agree. We need to make refilling as mainstream as possible, and BC isn't the only place that needs this.
And you're seeing that happen through a franchise model.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So I'm just at the end stages of the franchise disclosure document. The manual is written, a big 383-page document. So pretty close to ready to go, just waiting for one final step from the accountant. And then within the next 2 weeks, I could actually start franchising the business.
Good. Wow. It's amazing. Congratulations, Teresa. It's amazing.
Thanks.
Just a quick question. Are there any opportunities for existing partners at this point, like pop-up opportunities with other retailers close by across the country? Has that opportunity been explored as well? I know you have your franchise model. Is that the only business model, or are there other opportunities as well outside of that?
At first, I did attend markets, but it was pretty labor intensive. At this point, people can come to us. We do have online sales. So as far as refillable products goes, people can order their products in upcycled donated free containers, and then that can be shipped across. So we have had shipping to the States and across Canada. So that is one way for us to reach other markets.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks so much for the presentation. That was great. Running a franchise is different than running a store. So I'm curious, do you have the team in place that you need to sort of run and grow a franchise business? What do you sort of see as your needs or resources that you sort of need to take the business to the next level?
Absolutely. That is a great question. The main need will be an operations manager. So for the first 2 or 3 franchises, I will be doing the operations manager role, but with time and money, I hope to hire an operations manager. That will allow me to also be present in the Vernon location a little bit more. I do have an assistant manager that will be starting the role in a couple weeks in the Vernon store, so that'll free me up from Vernon to be able to do the operations manager side, but I really, really would love to be able to hire an operations manager soon. That would be something that would just bring it to the next level for us.
Absolutely. That's great.
Amazing. Thank you so much,
Thank
Teresa.
you.
I have a feeling you have a wait list now of folks who would like to join you you probably already do. And now over in the chat, you have even more people to add to your wait list. Thank you so much, Teresa. Thank you.
Thank you.
And with that, I'm very excited to welcome our next semi-finalist for today, number 10, Erica Daniels from Keysight Productions.
Tansei Anin, my name is Erica Daniels, and I'm Cree Ojibwe from Peguis First Nation, and I'm the owner of Keysight Productions. Having the gift of storytelling and capturing and sharing the stories of our community through video is what inspired me to start my own business. Our female Indigenous-led team are passionate filmmakers sharing unique perspectives through an authentic lens. We have produced award-winning documentary films as well as community and corporate videos for clientele that reach across Canada. We have been grateful to be recognized by the Canadian Council for Aboriginal Business by receiving the Young Entrepreneur Award in 2021. Our mission is to utilize media and video production to amplify Indigenous voices and those of underserved communities for cultural revitalization, education, and social change. We have worked with over 60 community organizations, corporations, businesses, and educational institutions using visual storytelling that creates trust from an Indigenous perspective. We carry a unique ability to connect to the community we serve by honoring stories and creating a healing medicine that is felt through each production. Throughout the pandemic, we have seen substantial growth due to the increasing need for production services as the world has moved to virtual ways of connecting and learning. We foresee that this will continue to expand now and into the future. Currently, our existing contracts are through word of mouth and repeat clientele only. Our revenue has grown over 50% year over year since 2019, And we have recently seen a 133% growth in 2021, and our current capacity is already maxed. Now imagine what we could achieve if we were to roll out a marketing strategy for our unique service. But in order to do so, we need your support. We aim to expand by hiring and training aspiring Indigenous filmmakers, purchasing high-grade video production equipment, and moving into a large studio to produce our films in-house and not have to outsource for space and equipment rentals. Having a large studio would also give us the opportunity to host ongoing production training. It is truly my passion to collect and share the important stories of our history, our culture, and values to inspire all people as we move towards cultural revitalization and reconciliation. I'm here today to share why the work we do at Keysight Productions is so important today, and this is an opportunity for you to be a part of it by providing support and investing into our future. Kinanakomininin, thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Erica. We loved hearing more about Keysight Productions and really looking forward to hearing a little bit more over our 3-minute Q&A. Thank you for sharing, and over to you, Charmaine, please, to kick us off.
Thank you, Erica, and congratulations on all of the inspiring work that you're doing, and certainly more to come. And you mentioned about the use of proceeds for equipment and further training and education. And so maybe you can speak to us about what are some of the other partnerships that you are looking to establish, be they through universities or private sectors or government film related programs. Maybe you can speak to us about how you're tackling that.
For sure. We have multiple partners across Canada that we work with to provide ongoing production training to Indigenous youth. And we work with many community organizations within our city. I'm located in Winnipeg. And we have a plan to grow out our services by providing these trainings in-house. We do a lot of partnering, so going to different organizations, different people to provide these trainings, but we really want to have our own in-house access to our own equipment where we can use that to train on the spot instead of having to outsource. And so, yeah, we've partnered with so many people, and we really just want to expand and be able to kind of have that for our young people here within our area.
Thank you so much for the great presentation. Can you tell us a little bit about the process, I guess the creative process? How do customers and clients find you, and do they come with an idea, or is it a collaboration with your team and theirs?
It's definitely a collaboration, and I think that's what makes us so unique, is because we have that connection to the community that we're serving. We don't only tell Indigenous stories, but that is definitely part of our values, and making sure that we're creating that space for Indigenous voices. And so, a lot of the times people will come to us because we have that expertise and that connection to the community. So, instead of a university going into the community and telling the stories for our people, they're coming and utilizing our voices and making sure that it's really coming from us instead of people from the outside telling these stories. So I think that's really important, and as Jennifer mentioned, like just having that representation today is so important, and that's the work that we're doing.
Yeah, I really agree. It's important to be telling it in your own voice. Can you talk a little bit, you've talked about being able to scale your capabilities in Winnipeg with a larger studio and reaching youth. Are you also looking at being able to go across Canada to communities across Canada to train Indigenous youth everywhere? I can see how valuable this could be across the country.
Definitely. We would love to be able to create like sort of a portable tour of where we're able to go to communities and work with Indigenous youth to be able to tell their own stories. Because from my own personal experience and going through a program at the young age of 16 and being able to tell my own story was definitely a way of healing for me. And we've seen that through the training that we've provided and how that impacts and really changes the lives of these young people. So having that being able to be accessible across the country and even further than that would be a dream.
And what would it take? Would it be to be able to do that?
definitely support. We need support in order to get all the equipment that we would need to be able to, have the editing softwares available, the computers, all of the production equipment that we would need for that ongoing training.
Great, thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so very much, Erica, for sharing a little bit more. We appreciate you.
Thank you, everyone.
And we are shifting now to our 11th out of 12. Folks, we are getting there. We're getting there. We are now going to be hearing from Stella Van Stone from Stellar Eats.
Hello, I'm Stella Van Stone. Growing up, I was one of the millions of young girls affected by disordered eating. This mental illness has many complicated causes, but is made worse by how brands and media speak to us. Commonly referred to as diet culture, from a young age, we are inundated with messages that tell us the purpose of eating healthy is to look a certain way. We are sold healthy products under the guise of them being skinny, guilt-free, low-calorie, or other words that capitalize on insecurities to sell something. By the time I hit my early 20s, I had come out the other side and became a certified holistic nutritionist, but I couldn't shake my frustration with just how riddled the wellness industry was with diet culture. So, in the midst of the 2020 pandemic, myself and two female co-founders launched a healthy baking mix company with the mission to change the way wellness food brands talk to women. Stellar Eats helps you make delicious treats at home. All products are made with 8 or less real food ingredients. Our motto is healthy eats that taste like treats because we don't believe that healthy eating should mean sacrificing the foods you love. We currently have 9 products and are launching our 10th this spring. Using almond flour as the base and coconut sugar for sweetness, our mixes are grain-free, gluten-free, plant-based, and paleo-friendly. Simple is key. Whether it's the ingredients, the add-ins from home bakers, or packaging design, we keep it minimal. We started this company with $6,000 in savings, hand mixing everything in a shared commercial kitchen at 2 a.m. In our first year, our team of 3 scrappy women have grown Stellar Eats to be in over 150 retail doors and e-commerce platforms. We outsourced production and increased our capacity by 6,000%, secured national distribution across North America, launched in the USA in June, and just closed a fundraising round of $570,000. We project that in 2022, we will do $1.25 million in revenue. We plan to open 500 new retail doors, double our e-commerce business through digital marketing and PR efforts, are launching with our first large banners in Canada, and have been accepted into the Food Foundry Accelerator program in Chicago. The demand for gluten-free products continues to rise and is set to hit $11.5 billion by 2027. Consumers are getting more savvy, as 69% say they look for shorter, simpler ingredients. And millennials, our primary demographic, make up the largest group in North America. Our brand messaging is the key to our customer acquisition. We've built a community of 10,000 followers online based on our strong values, and we bring value to them with empowering content and drool-worthy food. We have a 95% reorder rate across our retail partners and a 97% satisfaction rate across all customers. While eating disorders were a part of my childhood, so was my love for baking. Food can be such a joy. It's a way to connect with family, for children to assert independence, and to nourish the people you love. It's a shame that brands use guilt-inducing language to rob that joy from us. Stellar Eats was designed so that kids, moms, young professionals, and everyone at home can experience food as empowering.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Stella. I think we're all now craving a little bit of treats and snacks. Thank you so much for sharing more about Stellar Eats. And we're once again going to be moving into our 3-minute Q&A, and over to you, Genevieve, to begin.
Thank you so much, Stella. I'm really hungry now, so I'll get on with these questions. So the products look beautiful. Congratulations on the growth and success so far. Definitely on trend, kind of whole foods and quality foods and some of the free from things that you mentioned. So I'm just curious, how do you plan to differentiate or stand out in terms of your marketing or consumer awareness?
Absolutely. That's a great question. I think part of what we noticed was lacking in this space that's been largely taken over by, the Betty Crockers and the Duncan Hines is the branding hasn't changed since about 1930. So I think our packaging is one thing that really helps us stand out on shelf. And then when it comes to ingredients, You would be shocked how hard it is to find baking mixes that are made with 8 or less ingredients. Most of them have this laundry list of like upwards of 25 ingredients full of gums and fillers and a lot of refined sugars or sugar alcohols to try to get that right texture in a gluten-free baked good. And we do that with, almonds and coconut and things that people can really recognize and want in their kitchens.
So can you talk a little bit about your distribution strategy? Do you should I expect to see this on Loblaw shelves over time? Are you going through more health food stores? What type of stores do you really want to carry your brand and represent you?
That's a great question. I hope one day you will definitely see us at Loblaws. As of right now, we have national distributors that distribute our product across Canada, and we just secured national distribution in the US as well. So this is the key to getting into those bigger banner stores. We just landed the Sobeys Local program, so that's 230 doors in Ontario, and you'll start to see us in some of those in the coming months. We also just found out that we're going to be launching at Whole Foods coming in the summer. So those are just two of the kind of first bigger banners that we've landed. Up until this point, it's been independents. We also have a e-commerce business ourselves. We sell direct to consumers, and then also across e-commerce businesses across Canada and the US as well.
Great. Congratulations on Whole Foods.
Thank you. That's the first time I've announced it, actually.
There you go. Yeah, congratulations. This is amazing. Just as we, just to continue on the expansion theme here, are there any plans to expand any, the product, so to speak? Now it's a mix. We'll be making cookies and selling the cookies, ready to go. So maybe you could speak to that potential in the future.
That is a great question. And I have to say, my team has no shortage of product ideas. That is the number one thing we love to dream up. It's like the reason we started this business, and it's what we love to do is develop new products. So I absolutely see that in the future. I think right now, we have quite an extensive product line for such a small team, and we're really focusing on that, especially this year. But I think in the future, you'll definitely start to see some more products coming out, maybe some snack type things and other healthy treats.
Good stuff. Thank you.
Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Stella. All the treats, all the goodies, and congratulations. Love that we heard it here first. All right. Now we are going to be hearing from our last semi-finalist. I don't know about you, but the last hour, 36 minutes have really, really flown by. And we're going to hear from our last semi-finalist and then go into deliberation room. So welcome Devin Fiddler from SheNative Goods.
Tansei. I'm Devin Fiddler, and I'm the CEO of SheNative. SheNative is a brand of leather goods and sustainable apparel with the mission of elevating Indigenous women and girls. I'm a career mother of 2 from the Waterhen Lake First Nation. And as Indigenous women, we often hide the trauma of our past. Domestic violence, abuses suffered as children, sexualization, stereotypes, and racism. Actually, in late August, a friend of mine lost her life to domestic violence. And as a young girl, I also experienced that family violence. And as a young woman, assault and also domestic violence. So this is really the reason why, one of my reasons why I made it my mission to elevate and inspire young Indigenous women like myself to really be living proof that despite the intergenerational trauma that we face, that we can thrive and prosper economically. So our brand really fosters cultural expression, sharing our voices, promoting inspiring Indigenous women, body positivity, and the circular economy. We're really committed to the Sustainable Development Goals. They are gender equity. 2% of our sales go to charities and programs that support Indigenous women. Decent work and economic growth. We provide transitional work opportunities for young Indigenous women. Sustainable consumption and production. We're committed to local and ethical production by using sustainable materials. Traction. Since our launch in 2014, we are nearing 1 million in total sales. We have seen 154% growth through a direct-to-consumer model. The sustainable and ethical fashion market is growing at a rapid pace, despite the pandemic and high costs of production. The market is expected to grow from 6.3 billion to 8.1 billion in 2023. And as an Indigenous brand, we want to be included. We will use the winnings from the forum to fund the purchase of additional production equipment to scale our operations productivity. We really need a direct-to-garment printer and a leather skiving machine so that we can keep the production in-house as much as possible. So more work opportunities for local and young women. And we've really worked with hundreds of Indigenous women since we have started throughout the years. So please support a female Indigenous-led brand to bring cultural expression embedded in sustainability to the global marketplace while committing to truth and reconciliation. Thank you.
Wow, Devin, way to bring the inspiration and vision home with our 12th and final pitch today. Thank you, thank you. Okay, we're moving into our last 3-minute Q&A. And for this one, we're going to be kicking it off with you, Jennifer.
Thank you. And thank you, Devin, for sharing your story. That was very touching. Your products are beautiful. Do you see your growth being primarily expanding your production capability for your line of purses? Do you see additional product lines coming into your business?
Yes, we actually plan to switch our products up a little bit. So we want to really focus more on what our target market is currently purchasing. So that's more of the smaller leather goods, wallets, and we really want to focus more on the veg tan line that we kind of have planned in the future. So everything that you see right now is going to be evolved, including our entire branding and marketing strategy.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Devin. This is incredibly inspiring. So congratulations on everything that you're doing and more to come, obviously. Just a question around the use of proceeds. As you just mentioned to Jennifer, you're speaking about expansion. Maybe you can share the use of proceeds, but also share with us some of the marketing, more of the marketing strategies, particularly as it pertains to social media. So maybe you could share how that is developing as well. Thank you.
Sure. Well, actually, we just received a grant through Creative Saskatchewan so that we can put digital marketing into our current staff. So we're using Merchant Mastery. And so we typically use organic marketing through our social media on Instagram and Facebook. We also use Klaviyo as our email marketing tool, and we've been using it for several months now, and it's actually given us really great results. Our following is up to 46,000 on social media and 50,000 on email. So the majority of our sales really does come through email and social media.
Wonderful presentation, and loved to see all of the beautiful products and the company ethos. I'm curious, as you look to scale in 5 or 10 years, are there any kind of constraints or, in producing high quality handcrafted goods, how do you see the major milestones of how you get to where you want to take this business?
For sure. So right now, everything is produced locally, either in-house or within Canada. So how we plan to do that is we plan to look for production partners overseas. And of course, like with responsible production, we do have to do our due diligence and research to ensure that we have the right partners. So that's how our approach would be. But for now, we're able to scale up to 12,000 apparel pieces per production run in Canada. And currently in-house, we can do up to 50 goods in a shorter period of time. And our leather manufacturer that we're partnered up with can do up to 2,000. So anything beyond that, we would have to look for another partner.
I love it.
That's great. Oh, we have time.
Oh, yeah, we have time. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Seconds.
Go ahead,
That never happens. This is amazing. Thank you. Any last comments or parting information you want to leave us with?
No, I think that's everything. I'm just really excited and glad to be here. Really, what we want to do is just to scale our production capacity in-house first before we can kind of look beyond how we're going to scale from there.
Amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Awesome.
Amazing. Amazing. Thank you so much, Devin, for your presentation on SheNative Goods. And folks, we have listened to 12 incredible business visions and pitches. Let's take a second to put all of the high fives and congratulations and support into the chat so that our semi-finalists can see that, because what we are moving into next is the hardest part of the day. And we're now entering deliberation. So we're going to invite everyone to be here on the line with us. I'm going to be passing it off to my amazing colleague, Lisa Nemechek, who's the forum's director of corporate sponsorship, who's going to be your host for the next portion of the event. And community panel, I want to give you a little heads up. You'll see in your DMs here, as well as in your email, a new link to the Zoom for our deliberation. So please jump into that new link. And if you get lost, you know where to find me. But Lisa, I am handing it off to you to keep the room and energy going while we move over to our deliberations.
Thank you so much, Paulina. Good luck to you and to the community panel as you deliberate. There have been so many comments in the chat. This is not an easy job, and I do not envy you whatsoever. So remember, if you would like to connect with one of the entrepreneurs we've seen and heard from today, we encourage you to email Paulina directly, and we've popped her email in the chat for you. Thanks for doing that, Anne. And now, as we wait for the community panel and our amazing CEO, Paulina, to make the very tough decision of who will continue to the finale, let's take this opportunity to meet from one final mentor who will support one of the three finalists, Leah Nguyen.
Hi, I'm Leah Wing, an investment director with the TELUS Pollinator Fund for Good, a $100 million corporate impact fund seeded by TELUS to invest in the next generation of responsible businesses who are leveraging the power of technology to drive social, health, and environmental change to make the world a better place. The Forum Pitch is an amazing event to showcase entrepreneurs who are doing just that, and I'm always so inspired and impressed by the vision for how these women have built their businesses to transform the world. I'm excited for the opportunity to be a mentor and help support these finalists on their journey. I look forward to seeing you at the Odlum Brown Forum Pitch on April 28th, where we'll hear the top three finalists pitch and find out who wins. See you there.
Thank you, and merci to Leah, Amiel, and Ali for your dedicated support for our three finalists. Mentorship is one of the most valuable aspects of the pitch program, and three of our semi-finalists today will be moving forward and working closely with their mentor over the coming months. They will also have the opportunity to work with performance coach Valerie Galvin to perfect their pitches. The 12 semi-finalists that you heard from today were selected with the support of our alumni community. These 5 entrepreneurs were previous pitch participants themselves, so they knew what they were looking for. We would like to give a sincere thank you to them for their help. So huge thank you, you know who you are. So what is happening after today? A very good question. Our 3 finalists will work with their mentors in the lead up to the Odlum Brown Forum Pitch Finale, our big bash taking place on Thursday, April the 28th. And for those with a long memory, yes, this year marks our 20th anniversary. Hands up in the chat if you were at our 10th anniversary. I was there. And we hope to see many of you returning and new faces as well. Cassandra, awesome, you were there. That was a good one. That was my first one. So grateful to the Odlum Brown Forum Pitch Finale sponsors whose generosity is helping us ensure we're around for another 20 years to serve women entrepreneurs across our country. We have a few more messages from our community to share with you, so I will pass the baton to our committee co-chairs. Gayla DeHart and Ravi Maroke, who together are leading this year's Odlum Brown Foreign Pitch Finale, ensuring another exciting, visionary, and just incredible event.
Hello, my name is Gayla DeHart, and I'm delighted to be co-chairing the Forum Finale Pitch Activation Committee with Ravi. I'm a longtime champion and supporter of the Forum. I believe wholeheartedly in the mission to help women entrepreneurs access resources and community that they need to thrive in business. Over the past 20 years, the Forum's done an incredible job, and with a plan to leave no woman behind, I am all for supporting the continued growth of the Forum over the next 20 years.
Hi, my name is Ravi Maroke, and I'm one of the co-founders of Bombay Brow Bar. I've been with the Forum for over 10 years, and it's been such an amazing resource for my business. It's helped me overcome business challenges, mentored me through the business journey, and helped me achieve my business goals. As a board member and Activation Committee co-chair, I'm extremely excited about our Forum Pitch Finale. So I hope to see you all at the Odlum Brown Forum Pitch Finale on April the 28th.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ravi and Gayla. We're so grateful for your leadership. In fact, I think Paulina alluded to this. We do have some very exciting news to share with you today. And that is this: the Odlum Brown Forum Pitch Finale event will be held, yes, I am saying this, live and in person in Vancouver in April, with an opportunity for virtual participation across the country so that we can engage our incredible community. The Forum is committed to keeping this event fun and accessible nationally, so you will have the opportunity to join in person or virtually to experience the magic in 2022. IRL, yes, IRL, this is a big deal. We're very excited about this. So what do you have to do now? Sign up to the Forum newsletter at theforum.ca. It's on the bottom right of the page under, it says like, never miss a thing. Pop your email in there. We will be announcing when the in-person and virtual tickets are available there first. So stay in the loop. We know some folks selected to be auto-registered for the Odlum Brown Forum Pitch Finale tickets as you signed up to today's semi-final event on Eventbrite. We will be honoring this request to auto-register, and we will also be contacting you via email on the day tickets are announced, just in case you'd like to attend in person instead. We have lots of exciting details to come. So again, stay tuned to our newsletter and our social channels. Sign up and register for everything, so you'll hear it from us. Yes, packing now. Yes, and finally, now we have to wonder, what are we going to wear? That's the next big question that I'm wondering of. And speaking of the Odlum Brown Forum Pitch Finale, we have a very special message from someone you may know, our founder and chair emeritus, Christina Anthony.
Hi, I hope you're enjoying the Forum's Pitch Semi-Final event. So excited for all these businesses. And I wanted to reach out to remind you to sign up for the Odlum Brown Forum Pitch Finale event, which will take place at the end of April. Not only is this the pitch finale, but it also marks the 20th anniversary of the Forum. Forum for Women Entrepreneurs has mentored and educated women entrepreneurs across Canada for 20 years. I'm so proud of that and can't wait to celebrate with everyone. See you there.
So great to hear from you, Christina, and to see you. Thank you so much. And you better believe it, we'll be joining you in person or virtually on April the 28th. Now we have a fun little surprise for our viewers, for everyone here today. Please check the chat for 5 exclusive promo codes from a few of our semi-finalists. I saw it in the chat. You said, oh, I want to try this, I want to try that. Well, now you can check out some great promotional codes. Thank you, Anne, for adding them in. And now we want to share with you something we are so proud of. Last November, the province of British Columbia officially proclaimed November the 19th, 2021, Women's Entrepreneurship Day. Another big deal and a first. This was a collaborative effort between the Forum and WeBC, the entrepreneurs in our community, and the province of BC. And we made a little video to honor and celebrate that milestone. I hope you enjoy.
From launching dream businesses to creating communities and finding new ways to do business, women entrepreneurs have so much to be proud of.
Today is a day to celebrate the trials and the triumphs and the power and the potential of women entrepreneurs. Today is our day. Today is Women's Entrepreneurship Day.
Woo! Women's Entrepreneurship Day means a chance to connect and generate new opportunities with like-minded individuals.
It means empowering women to chase after their dreams.
It means that all the women before us who, leaned in, worked twice as hard, and pursued what they believed in, did it so that they could pave the path for us to follow in their footsteps with ease.
Celebrating this day is a reminder that there is absolutely no limit as to what a woman can achieve when she's lifted up by her community.
To stay on the entrepreneurship train this year, it's taken multiple villages and anchors like the Forum in order to thrive forward.
A lot of the challenges that I faced in the last year were around not knowing what to do. Being a first-time founder, I always felt like I wasn't sure if I was on the right path.
One of the struggles that we had was hiring. We had a very small team, and because we went through this tremendous growth, we required a lot more hands on deck.
I would say the greatest challenge was connection this past year. With COVID-19, you were pretty limited to what community you could connect with.
Trying to balance being a mom and an entrepreneur, navigating a brand new business in an industry that I have no experience with.
I paused my business on March 13th when the government announced national emergency.
I felt really alone. I felt like I was in isolation within isolation.
The vulnerability of being able to count on one another through that very difficult time, it allows me to stand here today at the end of 2021 and being able to say, I did it, I made it.
If I were to reflect on what my biggest achievement so far is that together we've created a business that we could be proud of, and that I'm doing a little part to inspire the next generation of entrepreneurs.
The achievement I'm most proud of in 2021 has to be opening my brick and mortar cidery.
My most memorable achievement in my entrepreneurial journey this year was I participated in a solo pop-up store with the Black Business Association of BC, and it really validated that this is what I was supposed to be doing. My business is what I am supposed to be doing.
Most memorable achievements this past year as a woman entrepreneur has absolutely got to be the fact that we have entered into China and India. When I first started Suva Beauty, I was laughed at and I was looked down upon as this, little brown, colorful woman who had big dreams and, just insane aspirations. And so it is very exciting to see how our amazing team here has been able to take this vision and push it forward. And now we're in these two major regions.
We can further support women entrepreneurs through unsolicited recognition, talking about someone's business on LinkedIn, giving another woman in business a call to see how they're doing.
Encouraging women to follow their hearts and to follow their passion, and that anything is possible.
It has to be less about the brave ones. It has to be less about the bold. It has to be about every single woman.
It's important to really celebrate female entrepreneurship because there are younger women, younger girls who are entering, the next phase of their life. And if they see that there's opportunities across the board for women in all types of different industries, they don't feel limited. So they're going to go through life with much more opportunities.
Our tenacity is paying off, and it's putting words into action and showing our littles that anything is possible. Right, Myra?
Yeah.
Let's connect and recognize one another.
Let's keep lifting each other up.
Together we can move mountains.
Go women, we can do it!
Oh my gosh, I love that. And I get goosebumps every single time. And thanks everyone for the comments in the chat. I see, I know I tear up too. It is so inspirational and just so celebratory, which is what we all need. Okay, we have a little bit more time. I hear the deliberations are going well, but still some conversation that needs to happen. So a few messages from yours truly. If you'd like to, again, learn some more information about the forum and want to see what is coming up in terms of programming, what's new, announcements, hires, we're also hiring, check it out on our website, theforum.ca. But in terms of social media, follow at the Forum CA, and someone will pop that in. Follow us on Instagram today. Thank you, Anne. We are sharing highlights also of today's event, and we would encourage you to tag us and to tag the semi-finalists. Also e-series. For those of you who know us well, you know e-series. For those of you who are new, e-series it's like a boot camp. It's a multi-day deep dive learning program where you learn everything about understanding your financials and sales and marketing and everything in between. This program will be coming again this May. It'll be running in May to June. And registration opens in March. And we'll have roughly, I think we had 90 people, just about 90 people in the fall e-series, and we anticipate another, 90, 100 participants. It's open to any self-identified women entrepreneur in the country. So if you're an entrepreneur or a woman entrepreneur who's looking for support, who needs to deepen her education and just awareness of these foundational topics to grow her business, please point her in our direction. We have entrepreneurs really leading businesses of every size and scale and industry, and they're coming from across the country. So please help us spread the word about this program. And I know we have, okay, hands up in chat, or put it in chat if you're an e-series grad. Let me just see it there. I know there's a bunch of you. Okay, yes, excellent. Now, another program that many of you may not know about, and again, this was a COVID innovation, COVID baby. We host something called Weekly Connects every Wednesday here at 11 a.m. Pacific time. And really what happens at these Weekly Connects, it is a drop by and get connected with your community type of event, where you get to ask other women entrepreneurs for support, and you get to offer support as well. And there's the conversation is really everything from I'm looking for some eyes on my new website, or I need a great bookkeeper, and everything in between. And it's also just a place to feel understood and connected, and to get out of feeling isolated, as especially, we're not necessarily seeing our teams being at home. So really encourage you to join. We're going to pop a link into the chat so that you can join. And we hope to see many new faces there. Let me just see how deliberations are going here. 1 second. Let's see, what else can we talk about? Are we still good? Oh my gosh. Okay, still in deliberations. Noted. Okay, where are we? Yes. Okay, so we got the link in there. So if you can please put into the chat also how we can support semi-finalists. I know we get a lot of feedback from viewers who are saying, hey, I want to get involved. I want to support them. I want to invest in them. I want to mentor them. There are a lot of ways to support these 12 semi-finalists, and honestly, beyond the 12, supporting all women entrepreneurs. So how can we do this? Number one, we can share information about their company on social media. We can refer their businesses. So if your neighbor has a dog and that dog is thirsty and looks up, with puppy dog eyes to the owner when they're drinking a beer, well, you can tell them about the amazing beer for dogs. You can hire them as well. So, if you're looking for products or services, you can reach out directly and support their businesses with your dollars. You can tell your community about them, absolutely. Or also email a contact of yours who should know about them. So getting the word out is absolutely critical for these businesses. And we encourage you to get the word out as much as you can. And again, if you would like to reach out because you're interested in investing in them, connecting at a deeper level and understanding their business better, do email Paulina. This is a really important part of the follow-up for the semi-final and the Odlum Brown Forum Pitch Finale as well at the end of April. to essentially make these connections happen. Okay, so I believe we still need a few. Okay, all right. So yes, we do need a little bit more time, so that is fine. Deliberations are ongoing with our semi-finalists. They have a very difficult decision to make. Take a moment now, grab a snack, grab your water, go for a bio break. We're gonna have some music coming on, so if you wanna dance, camera on, camera off, it's your choice. I might dance with you. All right, so hang tight, we'll be coming back.
We're in the home stretch of the hard times. We took a hard left, but we're alright. Yeah, life sure can try to put love to it, but we built this right, so nothing's ever gonna move it. When the bones are good, the rest don't matter. Yeah, the pain could peel, the glass could shatter. Let it rain, 'cause you and I remain the same. When there ain't a crack in the foundation, baby, I know any storm we're facing will blow right over while we stay put. The house don't fall when the bones are good.
Call it dumb luck, but baby, you and I can't even mess it up. Though we both try, no, it won't always go the way we planned it. But the wolves came and went, and we're still standing. When the bones are good, the rest don't matter. Yeah, the pain could peel, the glass could shatter. Let it rain, 'cause you and I remain the same. And there ain't a crack in the foundation, baby, I know any storm we're facing will blow right over while we stay put. The house don't fall when the bones are good.
When the bones are good. Bones are good, the rest don't really matter. Rain could peel the glass. Oh, the glass could shatter.
Glass could shatter. When the bones are good, the rest don't matter. The pain could feel, the glass could shatter. Let it rain, 'cause you and I remain the same. And there ain't a crack in the foundation, baby, I know every storm we're facing will blow while we stay put. The house don't fall when the bones are good.
I ain't got too much time to spare, but I'm in time for you to show how much I care. Wish that I would let you break my walls, but I'm still spinning out of control from the fall. Boy, you give good love, I won't lie. It's what keeps me coming back, even though I'm terrified. into your arms. Maybe, baby, I'm just losing my mind. 'Cause it's a trouble, but it feels right. Keeping on the edge of heaven and hell is a battle that I cannot fight. I'm a fool, but they all think I'm blind. I'd rather be a fool than leave myself behind. I don't have to explain myself to you. I'm a grown woman and I do what I want to do. I know that it's wrong, but I want to have fun. Yeah. Yeah. I know that it's wrong, but I want to have fun. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Out of all the people in the world, what is the likelihood of jumping out of my life and into your arms? Maybe, baby, I'm just losing my mind. 'Cause it's a trouble, but it feels right. Keeping on the edge of heaven and hell is a battle that I cannot fight. Lord, don't let me, I said, Lord, don't let me, I said, Lord, don't let me down. Oh Lord, don't let me let myself down. Oh my God. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Out of all the people in the world, what is the likelihood of jumping out of my life and into your arms? Maybe, baby, I'm just losing my mind. 'Cause it's a trouble, but it feels right. Keeping on the edge of heaven and hell. Well, it's a battle that I cannot fight. I know that it's wrong, but I want to have fun. Yeah. Yeah. I know that it's wrong, but I want to have fun. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Lisa, thank you so much for keeping the room going while we were off. So appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. And hello, everyone. We are back in here. And I will say, I think there was a whole bunch of energy going on there that was very, very difficult, because what incredible visions, what incredible entrepreneurs that we have heard from. So I am so thrilled to, in just a moment here, share with you our 3 finalists who will be joining us in April. These finalists will be matched with our mentors as they prepare to rejoin us for the finals. And before I share who our 3 finalists are, I want everyone to know that our support for the 12 semi-finalists does not end here. I know all of you are going to be activating yourselves, practicing community as a verb, and connecting, amplifying them on social media. And of course, the forum team will be doing the same. All right, so this decision has been very, very, very difficult. The community panel wanted to make sure that I underscored this, and I will tell you, they continuously asked, are we sure we can't have one more and one more and one more? So with that being said, we have made the decision on our 3 finalists. Now, in no particular order, our 3 finalists, our first finalists that I will share are, drumroll, Yasmin and Whitney from GEMS. And our second finalist is Brianna and Aria from Pocketed. And our third finalist is Ashwak from Invicare. Hello, welcome. And loved, Arya, that your little one joined us for it. That was really great. That's perfect.
Yay! Avi's so used to being in meetings with us.
Sending balloons his way.
Congrats.
Oh, congratulations, everyone. Really, really well done. And to honestly, the full group, such incredible visions and presentations. We're so excited to keep cheering you on. And everyone, thank you so much for joining us. With that, we are wrapping up and concluding our 2012 Forum Pitch Semi-Finals. Thank you to all of our semi-finalists, community panel, vision coaches, and forum team who made this event possible, and for all of you for joining us in this journey. We're looking forward to having you join us again in April as we cheer on our finalists and vote for the next pitch winner. And as Lisa mentioned earlier, the Odlum Brown Forum Pitch Finale event will be held live and in person in Vancouver in April, with of course an opportunity for virtual participation across the country. The forum is committed to keeping this event fun and accessible nationally, so you'll have the choice to join us in person or virtually to experience the magic in 2022. And if you don't remember, everyone who participates in the finale gets to vote on the winner. It's really democratic and engaged process, so you're going to want to show up and support these finalists. All right, if you haven't yet, sign up for the forum newsletter at theforum.ca, and we will announce when both the in-person and virtual tickets are available. All right, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. To our semi-finalists and our 3 finalists, virtual high fives, and we will see you in the other room. Thank you.